Hi, welcome to How to Repair. Is your water tank light coming on but there's no water in the container? After about 1 or 2 minutes the light comes on and the machine shuts down, then this is a simple fix. It is normally to do with the water pump system, but also you must understand how the actual condenser tumble dryer works. At the bottom here you have a condensing unit, and the condensing unit has multiple drain off points that collect the water that goes to the pump system. Many of these tubes can get blocked, and in another video I show you how to fully maintain all the systems on these condenser tumble dryers. This video is to do with the pump itself and why the actual water container light comes on. Now this is going to happen in the next 10-15 seconds because the machine has got a blockage on the actual pump, and I'm going to show you how to actually rectify this. As you can see, the water tank light has come on, but when I actually take out the container, there's not a drop of water in it. This is a clear indication that you either have a problem with the pump or one of the ducting units going through to the pump. Let's turn the machine round and have a look at it. Okay, hidden behind this plastic plate is the pump unit. Now this pump unit has 2 hoses attached to it. Both of these hoses go up to the collection bowl at the top. To understand how the system works correctly, I'm going to remove the side panel and the lid as well, so I can actually show you the system working correctly, and then I can show you actually how these pumps can get blocked. And I'll also show you how to strip the pump down and test the pump as well. 2 screws at the top. 1 screw on the actual pump unit. Then we have a selection of screws going up the side. Do take note of where the screws come from, because as you can see on this screw, it's much longer than the metal screw that comes out. These screws need to go back into the correct locations. One is designed to go into plastic, another is designed just to go into steel. There is also 1 screw at the top and also 1 at the bottom. Then tapping the panel backwards, leaning it over, it will come away. Okay, now we've got the side panel off the machine, let me explain all the hoses and also what they do. You'll see that there are 2 hoses here, a lightly coloured grey hose that goes to the bottom of the actual collection tank. There is a dark grey hose here that goes to the top. This is what comes from the pump. You'll also notice there are some other tubes here which actually are drain points for the water in the machine that condenses to drain through to the pump unit. There's also another one hidden underneath. Quickly explain the airflow. The air goes through the drum from the heater, then down through the filter system and through the condenser back up to the heater. This is your hot air circuit. The condensing process takes place by air being drawn in from the front of the machine through the side of the condensing unit and then out to the exterior of the machine. This is what creates the cooling effect on the condensing plate, which collects the water, which drains down through another pipe underneath the machine to the actual pump unit. It's worth understanding this so you know how the actual condensing process works. Now let's have a look at the pump. To gain access to the actual pump unit, you need to take the hose off the pump. It just pushes onto the actual pump. Then you will need to thread it up so you can actually press these 2 catches down and then fold down the actual pump unit. Okay, we have 2 pipes and I'm just going to attach this now to the pump so you can actually see. This is the return and this is the feed from the pump. 2 wires attached to the pump, live and neutral. But you'll also notice there's a micro switch here, and this is in the up position. This float rises because the chamber is full of water. Because the water has not been able to be pumped up this grey tube, this is what's causing the water container light to be on. And this is because this is full of water. Now, the reason it's full of water is it's constantly been drying the clothes, condensing the water chamber has got full, but the water is unable to transfer to the tank at the top, and this is why the tank was dry. Okay, to remove the pump can be a bit tricky. I have a special hook screwdriver which you will need something like this. So we'll just take these pipes off again, and I'm going to thread these right out the way up the hole. And also the return pipe needs to come off. Now we need to disconnect the electrics, the micro switch, the live and the neutral, doesn't matter which way they go on. And now we've got the catches. There's one catch on that side and one catch on that side. And there's also some catches at the front. You need to press all these down, try to be careful. They are quite tricky to come out. And then the pump unit will come away. And straight away I can see the problem. If you look in here, there's fluff that has got down into the pump unit. This fluff has actually come down because it has not been well maintained. And if you look closely at the bottom of the pump has actually sucked up. If I can try and pull this. There we go. We've got some fluff in the pump. Now there might be a lot more in there than I'm pulling out. So we're going to actually have to separate the pump housing, and you need to be careful doing this because they are delicate catches. So I'm just going to put the machine back a little and then place this on a board. Okay, I've got it on a nice stable board to work on, and I'm just carefully leaning these catches back. And do take your time doing this because you do not want to break the actual catches. Just clicked again. Might be an idea just to use the back of a very small screwdriver just to lift them up slightly. They are very, very delicate. The pumps are not that expensive if you do damage it. But that is off. Just got one to do at the back here. Just carefully going round, and that is off. Oh, no, I managed to pull it all out. There is a little bit in there, as you can see. But give this good clean, so this impeller spins, forces the water up the tube system here to our grey pipe that runs to the top. Now I've got that clear. I'm going to leave this open for you so I can show you how to test it properly using either a test lead or you could actually use the machine itself. Okay, I'm actually going to bench test this pump so I can show it you working. If you are attempting this at home, do not do this unless you are competent with electrics and fully understand electrics because it is dangerous. Firstly, the pump has got stamped on it 220 to 240 volts AC 50 frequency for 13 watt pump. This pump is an AC pump. On some of the more modern machines now, manufacturers are converting it to DC pumps. So you need to make sure that it is an AC pump to do this type of test. If you had a DC pump, of course, you would need a different voltage supply. Now I've got a socket here and I've also made up a jump lead. This is a fully insulated pump, so the earth is not used. So just putting the live and neutral onto each side of the motor, and then I'll turn that over so you can actually see the pump. Connecting this up to the power supply. Now when I throw the power supply, the pump should be turning, which it is. And as it spins, it forces the water through the tube up to the top of the collection chamber. Of course, this fluff that was blocking it was stopping the water going to the actual pump. Also, do note your pump may have burnt out. This may be because the windings in the pump, or the field on the windings, has become open circuit. So I'll just show you quickly what the meter reading should be on the pump. Okay, I've just brought my multimeter over just to show you what the ohms reading should be. I've set it onto a 2K range, and we know this is a good motor, and we have a reading of 1463. Anywhere thereabouts, you'll know that your motor is good condition. The next thing that we want to do is make sure we clean out the whole of this chamber, because as I was showing you just a few seconds ago, there's still a lot of fluff inside there. So you do not want this actually going into the pump unit. The video that's coming at the end of this video will show you how to clean and maintain the whole of the tumble dryer, so this fluff does not get into the pump unit again. And it should be done on a regular basis. Okay, just make sure this float is clean, and also mop out all the water that's in here. And make sure you get out all the fluff. It might take you a few minutes. Just use a sponge, let it soak up, but you can see the fluff that's in there. And next I'll show you the machine working and show you a quick way how to actually ascertain if your pump is working correctly. There's also some ducting pipes, which I said were underneath the machine and on the side of the machine, and they go into multiple chambers which need to be checked. But you can see all that in the next video. I'll just quickly insert the pump and then I'll show you how to test everything. Okay, so the easiest way to test if the unit is working, if you actually take out the water box and then turn the machine on, using a kettle full of water and just carefully dropping a little water down so it goes down to the pump unit. You only need to use a cupful or two, then the pump should activate, and if you look at the top here you can see water starting to come through. That means that the pump is working correctly, and when we put the water container in, this then is collecting the water that comes from the pump. I hope you found the video helpful. Remember, if you ever need any parts for your tumble dryer, you can find them all on our website for these Beko Condenser Tumble Dryers. And if we really helped, you can always click on the Bipolar Beer page to donate to the website to support us for making these videos for you. Thanks very much indeed for watching.